Better the devil you know than the devil you don't is a saying that would fit well for this video. And it's because science has shown that dogs are capable of intuiting to some extent when a person has ill intentions towards you. Have you ever seen your dog suddenly bark at someone? Do they back away when someone approaches? Do you notice them acting strangely when a particular visitor arrives? Pay attention because your dog is trying to tell you something. Hello friends, welcome. Today we'll find out if your dog knows when someone has ill intentions towards you. If you've had any experiences on this topic, share them in the comments. Now, let's get started. They detect body language. One of the reasons why dogs can tell if someone has good or bad intentions is through body language. A study in the journal Direct Science showed that dogs can distinguish, in a sort of sixth sense developed through nonverbal cues, between good and bad people. They can even sense when someone is unkind or even more unpleasant, even if it's not directed specifically at them. This might be why they become defensive towards those trying to harm others, or why they bark at certain strangers. The published study was quite interesting as it was based on an experiment with dog owners. They were given a container they couldn't open by themselves and asked for help from a person. In this case, one of the researchers, who responded in 3 different ways: helping the dog owner, standing passively, or refusing to help, and always with the dogs present. In the next step, the researchers who had been asked for help interacted with the dogs, offering them a deal. The animals were much more receptive when dealing with people who had helped their owners, or at least behaved passively, than with those who had turned their backs and refused to help. This means that animals don't always act in their own interests since, in this case, the people who didn't help the owners didn't behave either well or badly with the dogs. The study shows that the dogs simply felt that they weren't being good to their owners and therefore, they didn't want anything to do with them. Dogs can detect negative energy. Dogs are very loyal and protective animals towards their owners, and they can pick up on the energy and behavior of the people around them. If a stranger shows unsettling or threatening energy towards the dog owner, the dog may react by barking or showing signs of alertness. The unsettling energy of a stranger can manifest in different ways. For example, if a person has a hostile, aggressive attitude or shows signs of confrontation towards the dog owner, the dog may perceive this negative energy and respond with barking or defensive attitudes to protect its owner. Moreover, dogs are sensitive to nonverbal signals, such as body language and facial expressions. If a stranger approaches abruptly, has a threatening body posture, or shows signs of tension, the dog may interpret these signals as a threat to its owner and react accordingly. It's important to note that a dog's reaction may depend on its level of socialization and past experiences. Some dogs may be more protective and react more intensely to unsettling situations, while others may be more tolerant or less reactive. Dogs can perceive when they are being deceived. Akiko Takoka is a researcher in the Department of Psychology at Risho University in Tokyo, Japan. She has specialized in animal cognition and has led various studies with dogs that have yielded interesting results, all of which lead to the same conclusion. Dogs know when they've been deceived and remember it. In one of these experiments, a person pointed out a container with food to the participating dogs, while another person pointed to an empty container, but they only discovered it upon examination. The experiment was then repeated, with an interesting result. The dogs remembered which humans had deceived them and ignored them, showing anger or indifference. In contrast, they were affectionate towards the people who had told them the truth. Moreover, some dogs can even detect when they're being tricked. A study was recently conducted in Finland to assess the intelligence of various dog breeds according to various parameters such as memory or sociability. One of them, the Hovawart, a guardian dog breed originating from the Black Forest, demonstrated the ability to detect beforehand when it was being deceived by being shown an empty container. showing that it trusted its own perception even if it contradicted human indications. Past experiences of the dog also matter. Negative past experiences can have a significant impact on a dog's behavior and its reaction to certain people. If a dog has had unpleasant, threatening, or abusive encounters with specific individuals in the past, it may develop fear, distrust, or even aggression towards people who resemble or act similarly. For example, if a dog has been mistreated or abused by a person with a certain physical appearance or behavior, it may associate those characteristics with a painful experience and have a negative response towards other people who have similar characteristics. This can include aspects such as height, gender, clothing, or even certain specific behaviors. Dogs are capable of remembering and associating past experiences with different stimuli, and these associations can influence their future behavior. If a dog has suffered abuse from a person wearing a hat, it may be distrustful or aggressive towards other people wearing hats due to the negative association it has established. It's important to note that a dog's response may depend on multiple factors, such as the intensity and frequency of past negative experiences, as well as its level of socialization and individual temperament. Some dogs may be more resilient and capable of overcoming traumatic experiences, while others may maintain a cautious or even fearful reaction towards similar people in the future. Tips if your dog detects someone untrustworthy. If your dog detects that someone has ill intentions towards you, it's important to pay attention to the signals it's showing and take measures to protect yourself and your dog. Here are some recommendations on what to do in that situation. Listen to your dog. Dogs are excellent at picking up nonverbal signals and subtle changes in people's behavior. If your dog shows signs of alertness, restlessness, persistent barking, or other behaviors indicating that something is wrong, pay attention and take its perception seriously. Assess the situation. Carefully observe the interaction between that person and you. If you notice inappropriate, aggressive, or intimidating behaviors from the other person, trust your dog's instinct and take necessary precautions. Stay calm. It's important to stay calm and avoid direct or aggressive confrontations. If your dog is showing signs of discomfort or protection towards you, try to remain calm to avoid escalating tension in the environment. Keep your dog under control. If you believe there is a real risk, make sure to keep your dog under control with a leash or in a safe environment. This will help prevent potentially dangerous situations and give you more control over the situation. Remove your dog from the suspicious person. If possible, remove your dog from the presence of that person and distance yourself from them. Head to a safe place where you can assess the situation and make appropriate decisions. Report to authorities if necessary. If you feel that your safety is at risk or if you perceive a real threat, consider reporting to the relevant authorities, such as the police or security services, for assistance and advice. Remember that your safety and that of your dog are priorities. Always trust your instinct and seek professional advice if you feel the situation warrants it. What do you think? Here's a video that YouTube says is perfect for you. Well, that